Sure sign that fall is upon us. You've got the leaves changing colors, you've got the temperatures cooling down a little bit, and yes, high school football starts off. And the two teams that met in last year's city title game, the champion St. Ignatius Falcons and runner-up Hammarskjold Vikings, were both in action last night. Iggy taking on the Westgate Tigers, while the Vikings clashed with St. Pat's. And as Tyler Kelleher tells us, the top two squads from last year picked up right where they left off.
The Friday night lights lit up for the first week of the senior high school football season. The St. Patrick's Saints took the field at Fort William Stadium, facing the Hammarskjold Vikings, who are looking for redemption after a disappointing end to their season last year. Late in the first quarter, Vikes at first and goal, and QB Zach Kuzik finds Ethan Porter in the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Hammarskjold kept their foot on the gas, going for 2 points after the TD, and Kuzik would sneak into the end zone himself for the conversion. The QB was fleet of foot in this game. Next possession, the Vikings drive down the field into the red zone before Kuzik jumps back on the rush train and carries in a 15-yard touchdown. Hammarskjold up 14 going into the second. St. Patrick's searched for an answer all night, but the offense just couldn't make up any ground. The Saints shut out through the first half. Dying minutes of the second quarter, Vikings back in the red zone, and Kuzik finds Porter again for his second touchdown of the game to put the red and gold up 28-0. Hammarskjold would add 16 more points in the second half in their 44-0 rout of the Saints. St. Ignatius and Westgate playing the second game of the night. The Falcons hoping to start this season the way they ended the last, with a win. The 2018 Triple S AA champions lit up the Tigers with a dominant first quarter. Jordan Mackey finds Trent Savard with a 46-yard bomb, catch, juke, touchdown. Extra points good, 7-0 Falcons. Now they're back on the Tigers 30, but a poor snap leads to a fumble. Zach Barnsdorf would recover for the Tigers. But the very next play, Cam Vanderwees tosses a pizza for an easy pick from Ryan Filipovic. Props to the quarterback, though. First, he throws an INT on the first play of the drive, but then he jumps back into the play and knocks Filipovic before he reaches the end zone. He almost looks like he's going to pull an Allen Iverson step over, but thought better of it. He did just throw an interception after all. And to rub salt on the wound, next play, Mackey hands off to Jacob Anton, who scores on the 13-yard carry. St. Ignatius would score a third straight touchdown before the end of the first quarter. The second of 3 TDs on the night for Trent Savard. Falcons up 21-0 and cruise to a 40-19 opening night win. Both winning squads will highlight Week 2 action with a 2018 championship rematch between St. Ignatius and Hammarskjold next Friday at 5 p.m. Tyler Kelleher, TBT Sports.